Alright, y'all. Good day. How you going? Today's going to be probably just kind of a weird, well, like different video and pretty short. And I have no script or anything. I never do, but like this is totally just turning it on and, you know, hello. I thought I just kind of wanted to make this, though, to show, almost parody, you could say, a small issue I'm having with YouTube lately. Actually, I've had the whole time. And I thought it'd be fun to show the audience what we're dealing with because it's actually kind of funny. You saw the title of this. YouTube hates Australian videos. You're thinking, what the hell? Ian, you've done like 1,000 Australian videos. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it. You know, on one hand, YouTube doesn't hate Australian videos. They've always done really well. It's created one of the coolest communities ever on YouTube right here. Well, like you guys. In a sense, I've never had such a weird series of events over the past like year or two with Australia videos. And YouTube having a problem with them. So basically what's happening, and I'll show some screenshots here. YouTube is restricting a lot of videos. They're demonetizing a lot of videos that have to do with Australia. And some of them, you know, maybe you could argue like, well, you know, there was a lot of cussing and there was a, you know, questionable scene in there or whatever, you know, maybe that's a stretch, but like maybe one or two of these you could say that. The rest of them are literally normal, friendly, interesting, chill topics, chill videos. And for some reason, just these random Australia ones keep getting demonetized and restricted, and it affects, you know, reach. It affects how the video will perform. It affects you, you know, long-term in the algorithm. Like, it's just a lot of weird angles to this. And I thought I'd show this. So if we go here, I have some of these highlighted. So let me give you a view. So I have these all kind of pasted on this board here. These are some videos, right? Not all of them. These are some. You can see that these are all Australian videos. Okay? This is from my YouTube studio. American reacts to quintessential Aussie moments. American reacts to Australian car scene in the 80s. Let me save that one for a second. A lot of these are like comedy videos, you know, that had to do with like viral TikToks or viral Australia posts on Reddit. Again, I thought they were all pretty friendly. I don't put anything on video if it's super disturbing or weird or anything, right? As you can see, you get the yellow money sign, which means limited. But let me tell you, when you actually click on the stats, it may say limited, but it might as well be demonetized. We're talking a couple cents you get for, you know, your CPM and RPM, and, you know, I'm lucky if I'm making $1 on these. So they're basically demonetized. You know, you'd think maybe like the yellow S would mean like, oh, maybe, you know, it gets half revenue of what it should, right? No, it gets like 1%. So they're basically demonetized. Not to mention, because of this, it's not just about that. It's based, you know, it hurts your channel's performance, right? It feels like a kind of a weird slap, like, whoa, right? Like, why is YouTube mad about this? You know, why, you know, will this hurt my performance for the next few videos? It feels almost like you wasted your time. And for something you didn't do wrong. It's not like I'm trying to do controversial stuff here, right? So I thought this has been pretty weird. And the best part, I'm sure you've heard this maybe from other YouTubers as well, because a lot of YouTubers have had random problems with certain things. They don't give you a reason, right? Now, I'll throw a couple in here. Like, for example, they can do this to anything. Now, thankfully, it doesn't happen too often. You know, I'm not going to complain and say it happens all the time. It doesn't. But it does happen here and there, and for really goofy reasons. If we see this one, you know, let me make it bigger. America learns how to pour beer, right? I did this a few months ago. And it's a short video. It's under 8 minutes. It's like 6 minutes, I think. And it's just me pouring beer in different styles pertaining to my beer videos, beer tasting videos. And by the way, all those beer tasting videos have done really well, and they were not demonetized. They were not blocked. They were not, you know, anything, right? But for some reason, this one made nothing, right? And this one also got far less views than any of my other beer videos. So, do you see the correlation, right? Basically, this video was a waste of my time. And you know what? That'll be the last time I say that. I don't want that to be the emphasis here. I'm not mad about that. Like, oh, I'm wasting my time. It's not about that. It's more like I'm confused. Like, why was this blocked? I appealed it, of course, as I do all these, and they do not, 9 times out of 10, they don't give me a reason. So this American Thermos Hot Pour beer, no idea why that was blocked. There was no cuss words in it. There was nothing crazy. It was literally just pouring beer in a cup, in a glass, rather, right? I don't know why that was demonetized, why that was, restricted on views and stuff. Equally so with these Australia videos. Let's zoom back in. This isn't it. See, if I hit this, there is a whole nother section of Australia videos. Boom. Ad suitability problems. Limited, which basically means nothing. America reacts to the history of the Australian car industry. What could be so bad about that? This was a very educational video filled with a lot of commentary from me. Again, no cussing, no crazy themes in here. Just history of a car industry of a big country called Australia. Right? 30 minutes long. And it was a problem for YouTube, I guess. America reacts to Aussie girls' questions or answers to the world's questions, right? Just stuff about Australian lifestyle and funny stereotypes and stuff. Again, nothing crazy in here at all. That was a problem for some reason. The man fighting the kangaroo thing, I guess. Like, maybe that one you can say, okay, maybe they didn't like the fighting thing. Well, I mean, let's get real. It wasn't very graphic. It was barely seen on, CCTV footage where you can barely see what's going on. It's not like it was graphic or anything. But we'll let that one slide. Then we go into here. This tree in Australia is the world's highest for climbing. And that's true. It's the world's highest tree that you could climb. This is basically some of the tallest trees on Earth other than the redwoods in California. And you can actually climb these all the way to the top. And again, it was like a family video. Like, I think it was like literally a family climbing it, if I remember right. Super just chill. A guy documenting like climbing a tree, showing the view from the top. Again, nothing crazy in here at all. Why is this a problem for YouTube? So as a result, this got extremely low views. It was basically demonetized. On the flip side, the signs are funnier in Australia. Well, these are funny because this does have some cussing in it. And I think another thing that I've found out is, the C word, which of course I'm not going to say because this video will get flagged as well if I say it. But, CU in the NT, right? That ad slogan. Well, you know what that spells. That word YouTube hates. So, according to their policies, I can say the F word and, say other common cuss words, a good amount and still be good to go. But for some reason, that C word just nukes your video. But the problem is, maybe that word was said in a couple of these. So you can consider those, even though I don't agree with it, maybe you can consider those videos nuked. Like, oh, the C word was said a couple times in there because that's part of how Australians talk, and it's not taboo there at all. But unfortunately, it gives YouTube the ick, and they ruin your video. Well, the problem is that doesn't answer all these. That's maybe a couple of these. But then we're still left with a dozen videos that didn't have that in there, didn't have violence in there, didn't have anything crazy in there, and are still, messed with. Now, a couple of these you see, if we go back here one more time, a couple of these, like this one did do well. So American reacts to quintessential Aussie moments. This is from like 6 months ago. And this had 135,000 views. That's spectacular. I am super happy with that. On any video, that's a lot of views, right? That's pretty much your standard viral video, anything over 100,000 views. So I'm surprised the views weren't impacted, but they weren't. It did great. Of course, I didn't make anything on that, so that's kind of a shame, right? Let's get real. This was a video I went on, basically, I think mostly Reddit, and I found a lot of funny videos that had to do with like Aussie moments that were, uniquely Australian. And I put it together and we watched them together and I laughed and whatever else. And it was funny. There were funny, lighthearted laughter. I didn't think anything in here was inappropriate at all. So it's just very weird to me. And then the one I did recently, which was literally from maybe like 3 weeks ago, funniest videos to come out of Australia. This was a very fun video. I had a blast making it. It started to get some traction and then kind of halted. Now, I'm not sure if that's because of this, again, because they nuked it or what. But I could confirm because that one's recent, so the data is right. This one was blocked in like certain territories. I don't know why. And it wasn't a copyright claim. They will tell you if it's something to do with copyrights, right? It wasn't that. It just said it was blocked and it was inappropriate. And of course, you know, the nukes the money as well. So it's just kind of funny to me. I'm like, what? Like, if we take a look at this one, we're going to be looking at some fun. I can't play it because I'm afraid it's going to strike this video down. You know, we look at a couple things. It's just funny. Emus grabbing a sandwich off this plate. And this kid's like, whoa, you know, what the heck? It's not violent. You know, just funny maps like this. A guy walking a goose. You know, it's just funny, goofy stuff. That's all. And a lot of me just talking. You know what I mean? If we go over to this one, this is the one I did very recently, 3 days ago, literally. This was such a cool video. I had a blast watching this. It's basically, you know, home video from the 80s in Australia. And it's super cool. Everyone's having a good time. There's just cars, you know, going by. And then a couple burnouts here, you know, and an abandoned cul-de-sac here. I don't know what the problem is, right? It was cool 80s nostalgia. And, you know, everyone in the comments loved it, had a great time, had memories flowing. Again, the fact that one facted kind of blows my mind because that one, again, I'm happy with any views. I'm not a cocky person. I'm amazed that people watch me at all. I am happy with 10,000 views on that video. I am. But that's not a lot of views compared to some videos. So that makes me think that this video is kind of getting shunted as well. So I'm going to wrap it up because I said this would be short. I'm not trying to, you know, really rant. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just kind of informing my audience because I've always felt, you know, I'm not a big YouTuber that's like part of a corporation and untouchable. Like, I'm a real person that just happens to do YouTube and have a lot of fun with it. And I'm very lucky and blessed to get a lot of views on some things, and I have an amazing audience, right? And that's what I love most. I try and be real and connect with my audience, and I'm just a normal guy. And so I'm just showing my audience that this is kind of funny. You know, it hit me the other day. I looked at all the, you know, limited ad suitability things and restricted notifications, and I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, I got to make a quick video about this because it kind of makes me laugh, right? I'm not even like mad about it. I'm more just confused. Like, if YouTube could just tell me what's wrong with this old VHS footage, or tell me what's wrong about some funny, lighthearted clips on Reddit from Australia. I mean, just tell me what's wrong, and then, you know, at least I'll have closure on some of these, right? So I just thought it was kind of funny. Maybe I'm missing something here. You know, I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm just a guy, right, with my family. My wife helps me out with some things. Otherwise, it's all me. And, you know, I'm not a big fancy network or anything. So, you know, maybe I'm missing something here. I'm not sure. But I'm just trying to have fun and make fun videos. You know, I feel like I come across as pretty friendly and pretty open-minded. And I feel like everyone in this channel is very awesome and positive and coexist pretty damn well. And I know, you know, other YouTubers of, you know, various different scales and genres and everything have a lot of random problems. So I'm obviously not the only one. I just thought it was kind of funny. So I was giving you guys some insight. But that's going to be it for this one. I hope I didn't waste your time. This was just kind of a funny video. I'm probably going to have a normal video to do with Australia either today, later, or tomorrow because I have a lot in the bank I got to edit and upload, including a mail time and stuff like that was filmed a while ago. Guys, I love you guys. I'll continue making fun videos. And maybe if YouTube doesn't like them, then screw them, I guess. Anyway, appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next one. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. I love Australian humor. I love Australian content. I think it's awesome. And I think YouTube is crazy for hating on this shit. Catch you later.